So I have these two right here. These are Fit Me by Maybelline, and I have the matte and the dewy right here. So this one right here is, I mean, not matte and dewy. They're two different colors. Both of them are matte. One is a 335 and the other one is a 355. In the summertime, I am a mix of two colors. And pretty much I have to use 355 first with a little bit of 335 in the summertime, and then in the winter time I am a 335 mix with a little bit of 355. I know it sounds weird, but my undertone is pink. You need to make sure that you know your undertone. That's how you pick your foundations, okay? So really quick before we get started with the application of the foundation, I want to talk to you really quick about how to choose your foundation. If you are worried about these brows, I already showed y'all. Look at part 1. Don't ask me no questions and I won't tell you no lies. Meaning, watch part 1 and you will get to understand how to do these brows, okay? But pretty much when you are choosing your right foundation color, you want to know your undertone. So if majority of the time you start to look a little red, like your skin tone is more reddish, you have a red undertone. If you have a more like your skin doesn't look like reddish or orangey, you have a neutral undertone. So knowing the difference makes a whole lot of sense, because if you don't know the difference when your foundation oxidizes, what happens is it's going to go with the tone, which is the undertone. So when my foundation oxidizes, like when you're gonna see me when I put it on and it looks a little off, but once it sets with my skin tone, it matches perfectly. Number 2 thing that I want to talk about is, outside of picking the right foundation for your undertone, I see people trying to find foundation that match their face. Your face gets so much light, you can't really go with your face. So you heard people say, well, put it right here or put it right here. No, you always go with your chest area. Okay, so you want to always go with your chest area. As you can see, my chest and my face are two different colors. Why would I go and pick the foundation color that matches my face, and when I go to apply it, then my face is going to look even darker once it oxidizes? I want to go with my chest complexion. I want my chest to match my face, okay? Let's zoom back in. Get to talking about the application of this foundation. So pretty much when you have your foundation colors, you guys, I like to mix my foundations with a tad bit of my powder. This is the powder that I'm using today. You can find this at Walmart for at least like $4 something, $5 something in that area, and this is translucent, and you guys, it smells amazing, okay? It smells amazing. So I'm going to find a flat brush, and I usually like to find, it could be a little fluffy, it doesn't matter, it's your preference, it's up to you. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to put a little bit on my face, okay? Well, actually, I'm going to put it on my hand. So I'm going to take this is my 355. I'm going to put smaller than a dime right there. I'm going to add a little bit of that 330, a little bit, tiny bit of that 330. So I just went around the side of that. So that's what I look like. And then I'm going to take my powder and I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to tap some of that powder into that foundation, and I'm just going to mix that up on my hand. That's going to help me get that matte finish. Stay still, don't move. I don't care if it is summertime, you're not about to enjoy it type of foundation, okay? And I'm just gonna apply this, and I always like to do 3 strikes, because you know 3 strikes and you out. And then right there, across the top of your lip, and across the top of your forehead, just like that, all right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm taking what's right there, rub it underneath my neck, all right? I'm gonna sit that down. I'm gonna take, oops. Now I'm gonna take my brush. Now when you are putting on your foundation, some people use their beauty blenders, some people use their hands. I use a flat top brush. This is a flat top brush, and this is my company flat top brush. So I'm just going to use this one right here to do it. I push and rub at the same time. So pushing and rubbing at the same time. Just like that. And as you can see, it just melts away into my skin. Now, if you want a more coverage, you could go with a different foundation, you guys. I would say Maybelline is good coverage, but it's this particular Maybelline, Fit Me Maybelline, it fits you. So it just helps get rid of imperfections. I don't wear makeup for the coverage all the time. When I do wear makeup, well, at all, when I do wear makeup, I wear it for the hiding of some of my dark spots. You guys, my face is clearing up really well, but I only use it for the imperfections of the tone differences and so on and so forth. So I don't necessarily look for a full coverage, but if you want a full coverage, I would just I don't know, I would go with a different type of foundation. Now I know Maybelline does have another type of foundation that is more of a fuller coverage. So excuse me. So I'm going to go over where I see dark spots, and I'm just going to add a little bit more foundation to those spots to give myself a little more coverage, if that makes sense. Just like I said, see? Just like that. And I'm just going to go over and I'm going to tap my brush lightly so that it blends and covers. Just like so. Just like that. I'm gonna go over top of my lid just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. And now if you notice, I didn't go under my eyes, but that's mainly because I like to have the least product underneath my eyes. The least product you have, the better. And as you can see, as soon as it begins to oxidize, it's going to lighten up a little bit, and I'm going to have that color that I really desire. You pretty much can go with this look right here. Just make sure that you set it with your powder, and that's pretty much it as far as foundation in reference to the foundation. That is pretty much it, all you have to do. Now, like I said, you have to go in and set it. You can set it with a loose powder. You can set it with a foundation powder. You can set it with a translucent powder. You can set it with any powder that you choose to, but you have to make sure that you set anything that has to do with liquid that you apply. You have to set it with what? Powder. And that is the end of that. So if I wanted to just go with this, I could. My lashes is already pretty much done, and all I have to do is put on a little bit of lipstick after I set. But I'm not gonna set my face because you gotta wait for next week for part what? 3, which is talking about highlighting. I love you guys, and thank you for watching.